Right, it's the 1st of June 2024, and I'm just going to give you an update of today in brief. I've already made a documentary today, but I just want to recap on a few things that have annoyed me in particular today. There's been a lot of threats, but a lot of those threats are from outside of my place and coming from somewhere, I don't know where. Anything to smashing me in, to bashing my fucking arms off, to breaking my fucking back, to beating me up in a fucking fight with fists, or to smash my fucking head off, which also includes to inject me with a HIV needle, and in some cases, it's not being said very often, but to smash a knife in me at the same time. And then we've had a lot of other threats here and there when I've been out as well, but it hasn't been too bad. Mostly to shoot me dead on sexuality, claiming that I'm a woman rapist and child rapist, and woman beater and child beater. So in total, there was roughly just under 50 people, that's 50, trying to cough or sneeze into my face, with a lot of other people spit talking as well, which is not counted in that 50 people, and that has really, really annoyed me. Luckily, all those sneezes and coughs mostly didn't actually hit me, but it was very, very close. In total, there was only about 10 threats for the whole day when I was out, which is good. You're going to have to double that for people photographing me, because there was about 20 people that were photographing me and giving me a nasty look or a dodgy look, but most of these people that were photographing me made no threats. The loud bike issue has been extremely bad. So I've been timing three-wheel bikes on a car roof tying to an erection, and time wanking and coming or tying to sexual impulses in the penis area. They've had to time a loud bike. In total, it's just gone 5:30 in the afternoon. So far today, we're looking at just under 500 loud bikes or bikes being shoved in my direction and slyly timed at inappropriate times. The casual flow setups of suggestions or vehicles coming out as black and blue cars, or sexual, gun-shaped, knife-shaped, blade-shaped, and the wording on vehicles or whatever, you're looking at about 30% for vehicle wording or suggestions with words. As far as the cars and colours go, the suggestion and whatever else, you're looking at about 60 to 70% to 100%, which is the worst possible amount of setups you can get with the suggestion of every single car on the road being black and blue or whatever, or in a suggestion that's really nasty. So it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great. When I went to go and sit down in the church, I couldn't, because someone called Amelia and Matt are getting married today in that specific church. But when I ventured and went back there later on, after about an hour or so, believe it or not, all that had finished. So I don't know what time the wedding started or whatever at the time it finished, but at the time I went back, I managed to sit in there for 10 minutes before the bus came for me to come back to where I am. There was a couple of people in their teens, 20s and 30s today that moaned at me, basically saying that I'm sad because I looked at them when I passed. The first person was in their 20s, and they were just wondering what I'm walking down a track. And I thought to myself, anyone can walk down a track as a public footpath. So I looked for about 1 second, if that, and then I just walked on. And just because I give a glimpse of about 1 second, if that, she started on me saying, "I'm in my 20s, you sad bastard," and as I walked past. The next incident was by a 19-year-old Chinese, maybe Japanese or Asian type person, who was moaning because I was sitting at the back of the bus, sitting on the opposite side to where she was, because she didn't expect anyone to sit on the back, and she took it personally just because I sat in that position of the bus, which is on the opposite side to where she was sitting, because she was sitting on one side and I went to go on the other side. And then she got on her phone and said that dangerous man's on the bus, saying he's a sicko and all the rest of it, claiming that I'm not a sicko and all the rest of it, and then she photographed me. The final thing was the lady that was aged 33. To look at, she did actually look a lot older than 33. She actually looked like she was in her mid-40s. So she actually looked a bit older than me, but still had that smooth appearance in the face, where she was a sexy type of lady. So I thought, there's nothing wrong with looking at that, because she's about the same age as me, for her size. And then when I looked, because she was actually quite sexy, she told me that she's 33 years of age, and saying, don't you think it's a little bit sad that you need to be staring at my face? Because I am only 33, and that's basically what she said. I can't remember the exact phrase she used, but it's basically an arrangement of what I just said. Just before I went in the church, it's very interesting that a crow said this Amelia, or repeating Amelia, and Amelia this and Amelia that, then making suggestions that I'm in a sexual relationship with Amelia, possibly. It's hard to work out the sounds, but I think what the seagulls or birds or whatever were trying to say is that that was what was going to happen when I enter or reach the church. But and then I mentioned this jungle track, which is called Darren J. Den Too Rough, and the track's called Nice Tune, and it was released in 1994. Basically, it has a lyric in there that sounds like it mentions the name Amelia, and it says, "Yes, man, play a nice tune, Amelia. All right, yes, man, play a nice tune, Amelia. All right, yes, man." And it goes into like jungle breaks and so on. And then a bit further on in the track, it says, "Can't get you out of my head, can't get you out of my head, about the way that it used to be, and the love that you made me." And then if we go a little bit further in that same track, it says, "We got the old school run-ins, we got the old school run-ins, we got the old school run-ins, we got the old school run-ins, So that's that track. I'm not actually sure if it actually mentions the name Amelia, but it certainly sounds like it's a similar suggestion to the pose of this specific name that's occurred today. And also the final thing I want to mention today is I got a t-shirt of my favourite jungle tracks on there, and there was 4 horsemen in my direction, so there were men on 4 horses. Well, the actual first track title on my t-shirt is The 4 Horsemen, and the track is called 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, Drowning in Her, on Tone Deaf Records, which was released in 1993. When I first heard that track, I heard it on a mixtape called Dance Trance Top Buzz, The Sound of Summer, July 1993 mix. But I didn't have it as a box set. I had it in a single miscellaneous tape cover and bought it from 1015 Records in Weston-super-Mare in an orange cover. But prior to that, in the 1995 area, I bought it in a head cover tape, which is the one with that sort of lip that looks like it's slightly dribbling, because it's taken from the encyclopedia or the medical book or something like that, and it's got a picture of like a line drawing of a face, of a mixed orangey yellow red colour type face picture on it, with a black cover and a dark purple side to the tape, and got the DJ name on the side, with a dark purple back cover with 2 triangles in white squares saying Dance Trance the Future on that. And those tapes used to cost £4.99 back in the day when they were selling. So that completes that. I just want to remind you of a clairvoyant reading I had on the 28th of May 2024 of a girlfriend prediction called Yvonne. And, I'll just quickly run through it because obviously I've already mentioned this already. She said there's going to be some tough times and things are going to be quite rough, and I could face risky situations, problems, and it's not going to be a very smooth journey down the line for the coming months. But there is some good news, because she's predicted a partner for me called Yvonne, which she believes is going to start coming into my life as early as June So that time has just started today because it's the 1st of June, and that's why I'm mentioning it. She gave me the Three of Cups, the High Priestess card, the Death card, the Lover's card, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Swords, and there's a couple of other cards. I think there was 10 in total. I can't remember, 10 or 12, but I've forgotten what the other ones were. But those cards were in that order, and if they were turned upside down, she turned them up the right way, by the way, so I'm not sure which ones were turned upside down and which ones were the right way up, but either way she turned them the right way up when she gave me the reading. Well, to her surprise, she said this Yvonne is not going to fall through. She said it's not going to fall through. But I want to mention something that happened in the last couple of days in a minute. I'm not saying this has messed it up, but I'm not happy with the situation of what's happened over the last couple of days. So basically, she picked up on previous clairvoyants that gave me readings, and take into account I've not mentioned anything at all. And she said that they got the readings for girlfriends wrong, and saying that they haven't. She seemed to be a bit more accurate, if you get what I mean, the one I saw on the 28th. And made it clear to me that it is not going to fall through. And she said by the end of 2024, or Christmas 2024, which is this year, by the way, she says I'm actually going to be together with this person. And she said it's going to be, by that time, that'll be the latest time that you're going to be together. So I thought to myself, people don't allow age gaps and stuff like that, because she said this lady's going to be a lot younger. So then I also thought that people don't get to know people that they don't know in person, and all the rest of it. So whoever this is has got to have a bit more of an intelligence than the low-life, dumb community that work their stupid ways of not knowing people unless they know them for 20 years or whatever. So I've never heard of the word Yvonne, the name Yvonne, sorry, and I've never seen the name Yvonne on the internet. And when I spelt it initially, when I was writing up the page for the clairvoyant reading I spelt it I-V-O-N. The following day I was told it was spelt differently, Y-V-O-N-N-E. Anyway, when we come to the following day, I think it's the following day, or the day after, one of them, I needed to see the support worker, which is a person that I have meetings with at times, and I chose to meet her at a place called Barrack, which is on the edge of Yeovil, in a nice quiet place. And while I was walking down there, they timed a van saying Yvonne in the same spelling as what I just mentioned, but the van followed that had the name saying No Chance on it. So I thought that's rather sneaky, and I thought to myself, well, if the elite are going to mess this up, there will be hell to pay if there's any problems in the future, because they've done this before, tried messing up clairvoyant readings and messed it up with, like, on dating sites, and this is why I've had nothing at all in my whole life. And obviously this time I'll take it a bit more nastier because of my age. But anyway, when we come to the next day, I go to use a bus service because it's cloudy and I prefer the cloudier days. And they just packed the bus services so that all 3 buses that I went to go on were packed, and I just had to turn around and walk back. But they also stopped me going into plan B, which was to do a walk. They forced me back here. So there was a plan C, but I didn't attempt plan C because when I was looking at the road, I thought it was full of roughneck types of people, full of busy traffic, and I was just not in the mood for it on that specific day. So then I had to pay for it with a migraine yesterday, as I drank extra more beers and tried to go to bed a little bit later, just so that I don't ruin my sleep pattern of being up all night because of having too much time asleep when I wanted to use my energy up on the day where, I was forced to come back. But today, that Yvonne suggestion has just completely died out from the setups. It's not being suggested, it's not being hinted, or nothing at all. And I find that quite surprising. So, let's just hope it comes true. Well, it was going to come true. The clairvoyant said it's going to come true. She said it's not going to fall through this time like other readings of her clairvoyance have given me. Because at the end, or near enough the end, I mentioned that specific bit of information, and that's about the only thing I basically said throughout the whole reading. However, there is a little bit of negative news when it comes to moving as well. She doesn't believe that's going to happen for quite a time. She didn't really mention it as such, but any changes or moves or anything like that, or life getting better, if you want to use that interpretation, it's not going to take place until this Yvonne comes into my life, which could be as early as now, today, the 1st of June, or the next couple of months, 2 to 3 months. But she has said, by the end of this year, I'm definitely going to be in a relationship with this person. And she made it clear that it's going to be someone that I'm going to fancy, and it's going to be someone that's good looking and the type that I take to. So it's not going to be one of these types that my enemies have been trying to force me with, like this Lisa Pike or whatever. So I'll leave it there on that part. Right, it's just under an hour ago since I did the last recording. Now we've got to go back to the normal things, of the daily problems and whatever. So the last 45 minutes I've been getting intense burning again, so that started up again. And the other thing is, there's been at least another 50 loud bites tied to an erection. And there's been a couple of threats to smash me in and to knife me to the fucking floor on sexual grounds with stuff that's made up. Child molester, smash out his brains, said. Right, the rest of the problems goes in time into what I was saying the other day. 99.9% of all problems that I've had in my whole life comes back to the grounds of sexuality, and this is what's happened since I've been over Aldi's. Now obviously I've already mentioned the first threat, but things got a little bit nastier when I was walking back. So I'm going to get a fucking machete and I'm going to fucking take his fucking head off, was another threat that was shouted directly as I walked out of Aldi's. There was 2 people that coughed in my face. There was 1 person that sneezed in my direction. There was 3 people that photographed me. What was the next threat? I'm gonna fucking smash your fucking head off. I'm gonna bash your brains in and fucking knife you to the fucking floor, said. You're fucking lying, Justin, said by the same person. You're a fucking rapist. Then I was accused of playing the guitar and accused of being a sick cunt, then told that I'm going to be smashed in when I go to Glastonbury Festival, which is an event I've never been to, and it's an event that is not my sort of music. Then obviously there's several cars in the black and blue sick white pattern, and I'm struggling to cross the road. And while I'm struggling to cross the road, and while they're holding me on one side of the road with the traffic control, from behind, coming from Aldi's, there's 2 people starting on me, followed by 2 people starting on me on the path coming down to where I am, and also in the other direction coming down to where I am. Someone's starting on me from that direction, so people are starting from me in all directions, and I can't cross over, and there's no other way to go apart from walking into one of those people because the heavy traffic stops me from crossing. Luckily I managed to get across by cutting up a car, running, playing whatever you want to call it in the middle of the road, trying to get hit basically, because I wanted to get across. So I managed to get halfway across. Then I had to wait another 1.5 minutes to get to the other side because of the busy traffic, via several loud bikes to Erections, several sexual cars and a load of black and blue cars, and they even timed that 1940s looking bullet shaped car, and also 3 black gun looking type cars, very similar to the looking of the London black cabs that were around London in the 1990s. Now, I never visited London in the 1990s, but I've seen it on telly. The black London taxis, the old type, not the modern type. And then obviously when I walk up this bit of road here, I managed to basically get past on this part without any threats, and then obviously a train covers hit over and a loud bike to an erection, and I'll make it back to where I am. Right, there's been another 30 fucking loud bikes to Erections. And time to an extra bum hole or whatever. Right, someone has said that a neighbour, or an evicted neighbour, I won't give names because I don't want to cause trouble, is going to fucking break my fucking door down and shoot me. That's what's been said. Negative Danny Morgan said, that's my ex-mugger from years ago, but I don't know why that's being said in Yeovil, but I had much trouble with him. About 6 months before I moved to Yeovil, things seemed to be a bit different, but I only saw him once, and I don't know what the situation is, but then we have that issue that we had when I was camping in September of last year because of the heat wave, which I've made documentaries about already. Extremely wild, Justin said. Being smashed up, hospital bed, Justin said. Justin, you're actually dead meat, said. Right, first erection this morning at 8:16 AM. Loud bike. 4 more loud bikes to Erections. Fancy Gina, just said. Bash you in, Just. Someone says, yes, Justin, there's nobody left at all, said. Justin, you're mentally ill. You're going to be beat up. Nutter, Just said. You're only supposed to be with negative attraction, Justin said. Lisa Pike is your girlfriend, Justin said. Right, start wanking in bed. 8 times loud bike. There's not been a single wank, a single erection for 7 days without that loud bike issue. Not even going to the toilet. They fixed that bike like a fucking pulley and are getting fucked off with it. Bash you in, said. Busting in, said. Dog then barks very clearly. Everything's gone, Justin. Dribbling wet bow whistles and time to go into the kitchen means a loud bike time to an erection. It's every single time I go to the kitchen for the last 7 days. Right, so you've had about 200 black and blue cars, and initially loud bike time to an erection, but time to an itchy bumhole, and then blue car turned my way, and then they need to time a lookalike, someone who sexually abused me as a child, time to get another erection after the separate setup of the bike timed. I'm not old, I'm a classic bike, top and blue sexual car my way. Put the fun in between the legs and a load of black and blue cars, red. You're looking at 150 before packing the traffic too heavy to cross the next road. Right, choked by extreme, I mean extreme, catalytic converter stench. And another look like someone who sexually abused me as a child coming my way. It seems to be one of those days where they want to prefer to do, this is the 3rd time now, they've timed a lookalike to someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection. But this time around, they're doing what they usually do when they time that sort of person, to time a baby being bounced in a sling, and a white car timed, and a drain cover hit over. Someone says your child rape is too late getting a break in, so obviously that person needs to be smashed in the fucking face with a knife, doesn't he? Fucking mouthy cunt, that's a small-minded cunt that puts you down as a sick cunt when you never had anyone in your whole life, yeah. Right, a seagull's claiming I fucked my daughter when I don't have a fucking daughter, right. Well, so there's loads of black and blue sick white cars, there's too many for me to fucking state. I can't even write it down on sheet. The setups are too heavy. Then motorbike time to erection, pleasure van, black white, and then sick white, or black sick, black and blue white. Right, I'm still struggling to write down the last setup, I can't do it anymore. The setups are heavier, much heavier than they've ever been before, ever since the lockdown. But nothing I can do about it, and that bike is timed to an itchy bumhole, a tingling itchy bell end, and timed to a half erection. Gap, GAP, top, just do it top, and white blue. Right, after 6 catalytic converters controlled and more cars over drain cover and choked by catalytic converter, there's an ambulance ready for me. Right, penis shoots up to bike only. Someone with a gun, Top Gun t-shirt, photographs me with their smartphone, ready to get someone to smash me and to knife me off, to gun me dead or whatever, but I can't do nothing about it. The government want me hit off. They want to take the piss, they want to play about with me in the fireplace with, after raping me as a baby in my next life. They're making that fucking clear, but time and time and again. Right, time to Erection, a bicycle has rammed into me as I walk into the corner part of the shop, and then I'm bow whistled up. Right, so I have to be mistaken this event, there's nothing I can do about it. Government or Jesus Christ want me fucking hit off and saying, being stabbed. He makes it up. Right, they timed another look-like someone who sexually abused me as a child, but also so this person, it could be the same person I saw the other day. It half looks like Lisa Pike as well. Well, they're really taking the piss to fuck's sake. Where obviously there's a bike timed out the shop door, because there's a glass window on the shop door, but just before that, as I was coming up the escalator, they timed to look like someone who sexually abused me as a child timed to an erection as well. Right, there's been about 4 loud bikes to erections. Drain covers it over unusual cars, I think. Evil is good under all menacing powers t-shirt. Laughing armchair van, cheering van, and yeah van, and smash them outside. So call my way, white car. Right, so initially I'm bow whistled up. There's a red sexual car, a red car, and a red started car. And the Labour Party trying to get votes using red leaflets, standing in the street, and bow whistled up by that party. Lots of red time, lots of blue sexual time, and packing the traffic like a fucking library out here. It's time to get busy, trying to murder. Rains their overhanging trailer to try and rip my legs off, unexpectedly as well. Via 150 cars, we have a blue sexual car, choked by catalytic converter stench, a loud bike timed to an erection, black timed and blue sexual car my way. Penis up M bike, there's been a load of sexual cars, black and blue, grey, white, 3 knife shaped, 1 gun shaped, and not quite the 1940s bullet suggestion, but 70s car to suggest that. Right, there's a grey knife shaped, sick and grey, black and blue white, black, sick, grey, white, another knife shaped, and swing your daddy van. Sanger rather said, and his wheels are busted. Started vehicles. Coughed up 4 times. Right, while in the church, I'm not very happy about this because I couldn't write anything down because it was anti-sociable, but they timed almost 100 loud bikes, timed to an erection in the hour that I was in the church, and I'm not very fucking happy about it. The next thing is, there's been cars when I was looking to the window, mostly black and blue, sick, white and that. I didn't look to the window that often while in there for that hour, so roughly I saw about 50, but in that 50 vehicles that passed, it was 100% set up to every single car. Right, so initially the last couple of hours there's been a lot of banging. I've had 2 sleeps, and in the duration of those 2 sleeps timed as I wake up, and 8 times loud bike needs to be timed to an erection time to the split second I wake up, and there's been another 30 more bikes between the time I initially fell asleep the first time to being up to 15 minutes after waking up from the second time. Right, so try wanking, they set up all the loud bikes again, so there's been about another 50, that's 50 in the last 15 minutes if that. Right, the dog's saying being beat up just, and there's been another 7 bikes in the last couple of minutes. Timed, to erections. Right, itchy bum hole. Try wanking. So the next 3 bikes. Right, so we've got sexual excitement impulse in the penis. Wanking is a loud bike. Child abuser just said. Being stabbed, child abuser just said. Then there's been 1 more loud bike to an erection while trying to masturbate. Getting very fucked off with it. Not quite sure how many bikes there's been today, but we're at the higher end now of how many they can set up in a day. Right, it's happened another 3 fucking times. Right, so we got past what I wanted to do. Obviously the loud bikes tied to erections. I mean, this is a personal subject, stuff I don't like mentioning, but the problem is, I'm getting a bit pissed off at it all the time, It's been going on for years and years and years. I mean, going back 15 plus years ago, you wouldn't even catch me mentioning this sort of thing because I thought it was too private, and stuff like that. But they just go on and on, do it at every single bike to a point where you have to eventually, I mean, it really, really pisses you off, and eventually, you have to sort of make it known that enough's enough, and that's where it came from, and why I mention it a lot. I just wanted to mention that someone on social media has added me as a friend, so she's used the picture of a person that looks very similar to Gemma Ferguson, how she would have looked at a younger age than her picture she put on there about 5 years ago. So this person's not British. I'm not putting two and two together to make the suggestion that this clairvoyant reading of this Yvonne is who this person could be, but as it looks like it's a fake channel, but there is some form of friendship that's occurring at the moment. But like I said, I don't believe it's part of the clairvoyant reading or the starting stages. I think this is just a rogue person that's just sort of made communications, so, but it's worth mentioning. There's been another 50 plus loud bikes to Erections in the last, so in, I don't know what time, but about 45 minutes. Lost your life, molested Sadie, just said from somewhere. Well, I've never had sex with Sadie, so I'm not very happy about it. Right, for the last hour there's been a bit of respite from the loud bikes, but it's just suddenly started to increase just as I was about to sort out this recording to extract it, and also the threats are picking up outside as well in the same time period, in the 15 minutes I've gone to extract this recording. And also the animal dog barks, says going to hellfire, and then barks hell, knife him dead several times, and child rapist and all the rest of it. Then there's been a couple of bill whistles, and also on top of that the burning sensations just started to become very bad as well. And for 2 hours I've had to put up with unflushed toilets, I think. Right, they're absolutely taking the fucking piss. It's 9 PM and there's been about 900 loud bikes tied to an erection today. Or timed every time I'm going to the toilet or whatever. I get really, really fucked off. And if we go back to the 7th of May 2023 to the middle of July 2023, apart from 4 days where there's about 400 loud bikes tied to an erection, there was at least 900 to 1,000 loud bikes per day tied to an erection, roughly. And I'm not very fucking happy about it. They got in trouble for doing this back in 2015, 2016 area. So I reported it to 10 Downing Street, and that's what I got in trouble for with the police. But at that time, when the police came around, they discovered something when a loud bike occurs, and I wasn't in a good mood on that day, and they didn't need to speak to me. But eventually, they said they came around to see if I was okay in the end, but you knew that it was up to something else, and I could tell what it was, and they later told me what it was. But they never really eased it. It eased a little bit up until the lockdown, and then once I moved here, the first year was okay, and then the second year they just started this. And also the animal voice sounds that were occurring back in 2010 to 2011, or before that time should I say, up to about 2010, 2011, that all sort of died down, and then that sort of just reoccurred since December 2022 onwards. Right, the burning problem's been 3 hours and it's been really bad, so we've just gone past 9 o'clock, but I don't know what's caused it, but I'm not very happy about it.